Welcome to Deep Thoughts, where we post content all about the mind, mental health, brain patterns, thoughts, and psychology. Hey deep thinkers, we know that it takes a lot of courage to search and reach out for support. So well done for taking that first step. Depression can feel isolating, like you're trapped in a dark well with no way out. But you're not alone, and we want to assure you there is a way out. Step 1. Acknowledging your feelings. Sometimes life can feel overwhelming, and it's important to recognize that it's perfectly normal to have these feelings. First things first, it's okay to not be okay. We often put pressure on ourselves to always appear strong and composed, but it's crucial to understand that vulnerability is a part of being human. Depression can make you feel like you're carrying an invisible weight. This weight can affect every aspect of your life, making even the simplest tasks feel insurmountable. It's like walking through a fog that never seems to lift. Admitting that is a big step. Recognizing and admitting to yourself that you're struggling is a courageous act. It takes strength to face your emotions head-on and acknowledge that you need support. Pretending you're fine takes energy you might not have. Putting on a brave face can be exhausting, and it can drain you of the energy you need to actually heal and recover. It's okay to let your guard down. So let's start by acknowledging what you're experiencing. Take a moment to sit with your feelings, write them down, or talk to someone you trust. Expressing your emotions can be the first step towards understanding and managing them. Your feelings are valid, even the heavy ones. Every emotion you experience is a part of your journey, and it's important to honor them. Allow yourself to feel without judgment. This is about creating a safe space within yourself to acknowledge what's real. By doing so, you give yourself permission to heal and grow. Remember, it's okay to seek help and take the time you need to care for your mental health. Step 2. Understanding your depression. Mapping your experience and understanding your depression is key. Depression can be a complex and deeply personal experience, and understanding it is the first step towards managing it effectively. Now let's try to understand your feelings better. It's important to take a moment to reflect on your emotions and thoughts. This can help you gain insight into what might be contributing to your depression. Think back to when you first started feeling this way. Was there a particular moment or series of events that triggered these feelings? Sometimes understanding the origin of your emotions can provide clarity. Was there a specific event or change in your life? Major life changes, such as a loss, a move, or a significant transition, can often be linked to the onset of depressive symptoms. Identifying these can be crucial in understanding your mental health. Try to be specific about your feelings. What exactly are you experiencing? Is it sadness, hopelessness, or a lack of interest in activities you once enjoyed? Being precise can help you and your therapist address these issues more effectively. Pay attention to any patterns you notice. Do certain thoughts or situations trigger your depressive episodes? Recognizing these patterns can help you anticipate and manage your symptoms better. Do your symptoms seem worse at certain times or in specific situations? For instance, do you feel more depressed in the mornings, or does social interaction exacerbate your feelings? Identifying these triggers can be a key step in managing your depression. Understanding your experience helps you navigate it more effectively. By mapping out your depression, you can develop strategies to cope with it. Remember, seeking help from a mental health professional can provide you with the support and tools you need to manage your depression. You're not alone in this journey. Step 3. Unpacking the components of depression, breaking it down. Depression can feel overwhelming, but let's break it down. Identify the specific ways it's showing up in your life. Maybe it's constant fatigue or negative self-talk. It could be a loss of interest in things you used to love. By identifying these, you're creating a battle plan. Focus on one aspect at a time. Small victories, my friend, small victories. Step 4. Challenging negative thoughts. Don't believe everything you think. Challenging negative thoughts. Our minds are powerful, but sometimes they can lead us astray. It's important to recognize when our thoughts are not serving us well. Our brains can be total jerks, especially with depression. They can bombard us with negative thoughts that feel overwhelmingly real and true. These thoughts can make us feel isolated, hopeless, and stuck in a cycle of negativity. But you don't have to believe everything you think. Just because a thought enters your mind doesn't mean it's accurate or helpful. You have the power to challenge and change these thoughts. Think of your thoughts as passing cars on a busy street. You wouldn't chase after every car that goes by, so why chase after every thought? Let them pass and focus on the ones that are beneficial. Challenge negative thoughts by putting them on trial. Examine the evidence for and against them. Talk to a therapist or write in a journal to gain perspective. Sometimes sharing your thoughts with others can help you see them in a new light. Ask yourself, is this thought really true? Is there evidence to support it? Or is it based on assumptions and fears? Often you'll find that negative thoughts are not as solid as they seem. Often negative thoughts are based on distorted thinking patterns. These patterns can include all or nothing thinking, overgeneralization, and catastrophizing. Recognizing these patterns is the first step to breaking free from them. Reframe them to be more compassionate and realistic. Instead of thinking, "I'll never get better," try, "I'm working on getting better and progress takes time." Be kind to yourself and remember that change is possible. Practice mindfulness, engage in self-care, and surround yourself with supportive people. By challenging and reframing negative thoughts, you can create a more positive and hopeful mindset. Step 5. Setting achievable goals. The power of small wins. When you're deep in depression, even simple tasks can feel insurmountable. Set small, achievable goals. Goals so tiny they're doable. Celebrate those wins, no matter how small. Each accomplishment gives you a boost of confidence. Gradually increase the challenge as you build momentum. Progress over perfection. Step 6. The importance of routine. Finding your rhythm. Depression thrives on chaos. Establish a sense of structure and predictability. Create a daily routine that feels supportive. Consistent sleep schedule and regular meals help. Dedicate time for work or study and self-care. Routine isn't about being rigid, it's about stability. It's a framework to fall back on when everything else feels uncertain. Step 7. Practicing self-care and compassion. Let's talk about self-care. Do you treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend? Probably not. You deserve kindness and compassion. Pay attention to your inner dialogue. Challenge negative thoughts and replace them with compassionate ones. Instead of saying, "I'm a failure," try, "I'm doing my best." Practice self-compassion regularly. It will become more natural over time. Step 8. The power of connection. When you're depressed, it's easy to isolate yourself, but isolation is like fertilizer for depression. Connecting with others is crucial. Human beings are wired for connection. Start small by reaching out to a trusted friend or family member. If face-to-face interaction is too much, try online support groups. Remember, you don't have to go through this alone. There are people who care about you and want to support you. Step 9. Realizing you don't have to do this alone. Seeking professional help is important. It's not a sign of weakness, it's empowering. Depression is a real illness, just like any physical illness. Therapists, counselors, and psychiatrists can guide you. Find a mental health professional you trust. Step 10. Having a crisis plan in place. Recovery isn't linear. There will be bumps in the road. Have a crisis plan in place. Think of it as a safety net. Include emergency contacts and coping strategies. Keep positive affirmations or quotes handy. Know local crisis resources. Keep your crisis plan easily accessible. We've added 3 extra steps that we feel are vital to helping you on this journey. Step 11. Celebrating your progress. Recovery is a journey, not a destination. Celebrate your progress along the way. Acknowledge even the smallest victories. Focus on the amazing things you are doing. Reflect on your accomplishments daily. Share them with a loved one or write them down. Every step forward is a victory worth celebrating. Step 12. Realizing it's a marathon, not a sprint. Be kind and patient with yourself. Recovery is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be good days and bad days. Don't beat yourself up for setbacks. Everyone's journey is unique. Keep moving forward, even if it's just one tiny step at a time. Remember why you started this journey. You are stronger and braver than you think. So, that's it for our guide to overcoming depression. But here's an extra step. Keep the conversation going. If any of it resonated with you, that's a good sign. You're starting to believe that recovery is possible. Now, I want to hear from you. What resonated with you the most? What are you going to focus on first? Let me know in the comments below. Together, we can break the stigma surrounding mental health.